Hello viewers, welcome to yet another exciting episode of season 3 of the Women's Z Bola show, brought to you by Bola, the only show that focuses and is dedicated in women's football in Zambia. I am your host Taonga Doras Harao. On today's episode, we have an interesting program lined up just for our viewers. We're from the Copa Queens participation at the Olympics and to the Community Shield that is going to be taking place this weekend. And we'll finally Green Buffaloes as they make their fourth consecutive appearance at the Cosafa regional tournament that will be taking place in Malawi. Analyst for today is a familiar face and an expert in women's football in Zambia. Nicholas, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Taonga. It's an honor to be on the show. Obviously excited looking at the menu you have. It looks exciting and I'm looking forward to the show.
We are going straight to the Copa Queens. Well, the Copa Queens participated at the Olympics, and well, the results that the Copa Queens produced were not the results that we hoped for. Where do you think we went wrong, and what's your view in summary?
Well, it was pretty much, we can say, poor performance at the Olympics. Obviously, a lot of expectations were high from people, the fans, major stakeholders, and a lot of even just Africa at large. Obviously, they hoped that they could represent us in a different way because we really haven't had the good representative at the Olympics. But with the hype which the Copa Queens have, obviously the expectations were high just from the way the fans reacted after their performance. But overall, when you look at where we went wrong most of the time, I think overall it was due to everyone, I think, can take a blame in how we played the part in terms of how we performed at the WAFCON. at the Olympics, sorry. So when you look at how we started, even just from the first game, you could see to say psychologically, the players were just a bit defeated. You could see the mistakes they were making. I think those were just psychological effects, something they have done. They have played at the highest level in the last three tournaments, 2 Olympics and 1 World Cup, which speaks to say they have played, they have gained the experience, but there they looked like it's the first time they are playing. And obviously the coaches as well, they didn't really give us probably maybe the players in terms of punch for punch and players we feel can actually help, especially in terms of the midfield, because we had individual brilliance in up front, but the back six were just in 6s and 7s. What do? You have players like Kabange Mpopo, Kundananji, Barbara Banda, Priska Chirufya, Nachula, who have the energy. If you are playing, let's say in the second game, you're playing against Australia, you are leading by 5 goals to 2 at 50 minutes. If you can't make those substitutions as early as that time, be brave enough. Tell them to say, you have the speed. Just everyone behind the ball. Face the ball as we are defending. Maybe we can catch them on a counter and allow Australia to come at us. That could have helped as well. Or maybe bringing the light players who can at least put in a good shift and strike the balance between defense and midfield. You could see how the players were in 6s and 7s. They couldn't calm them down. Bring up a coach, psychological at the bench, so that at least they can psych them to at least calm the pressure which was Australia was throwing at them. So everyone just really should have put in a good work, and that's where maybe we lacked, because in each department we were lacking, each and every, even the players at some point, in as much as we blame the technical bench, the players at some point, I felt they could have known to say we are 5 goals up. All we need is to defend this 5 goal up. Maybe we can take advantage on a counter. They know what it takes at the higher stage. Sometimes at the tournament, you don't even have to play good football. You just have to find a way to win, score. And that's where they really messed up. So overall, it was a poor performance. But at the end of the day, women's football is just still on the rise. Sometimes we are overwhelmed by the performance of the Copa Queens because of the brilliant individuals we have, the name of Barbara Banda, Kundananji, and the likes. So this sometimes makes us expect a lot and really not gain. So when you look at that overall, you can say it's pretty much fair. We did what we did. We just have to go back to the drawing board, know where we can improve the league, keep on improving, cycle these players, keep on maybe producing more players to play at the highest level in terms of Europe, even as we try to improve our league.
Well, Nicholas, according to your points, are you saying that we are not learning anything despite participating at the major tournaments of football?
Yeah, we can just say everyone hasn't really learned, because I'm talking about maybe we are talking about reinforcing the technical bench. I felt a psychological reinforcement would be better. Maybe bringing someone who can help them psychologically recover. You remember what happened last time? They complained about the boots at the World Cup. So you could see to say these things that it's just football. Maybe they just didn't feel it was reason to lose for them to lose. They felt were not supposed to lose, and they maybe blamed the boot. But when you look at it from football perspective, these things happen. Players put on new boots each now and every day, but they don't come and say we performed. But so I felt maybe a psychological reinforcement to that bench would have helped. Someone who understands psychologically on how to help them recover defeats and even how to prepare them ahead of big games. The coach has done so well, but reinforce in other areas where we feel we can we need, even just how we read the game. Sometimes it could be the same problem. So maybe that's where we need to work on, but there's always room for improvement at every opportunity given. So even now we may hopefully now we've learned, because 3 major tournaments, major global tournaments, is actually not a pushover. We still have the AFCON to prepare, and hopefully we can do better. And this time around, the only consideration we can have is to go on and win it. Then we can put away what we've done away, because we've had head of dream teams before, but without a trophy, it's very difficult to actually remember the likes of if this generation of footballers come to pass. So that will be very important. Hopefully we can put that behind and prepare well for the AFCON.
Moving on, Nicholas, do you think our poor performance at the global stage of football will affect our performance at tournaments like the Cosafa and the WAFCON?
Yeah, obviously, it will have a psychological impact. Teams are now getting to watch us more often, even at African level. You saw how we struggled against Ghana. I think I would give an example. Why? Because Ghana is always watching Zambia, Copper Queens playing at the highest level, and we are not watching them at the moment. So the teams now understand what we play, how we play, where our strengths are and where our weaknesses are. But when we're playing Ghana, maybe we've only played them once, or maybe we've only watched them once. Maybe we were playing Equatorial Guinea, who haven't played in a long while. So when you look at that, it will give us a little bit of exposure, but it also gives us momentum to say we are the higher ranked team, and also we are playing more consecutively. But overall, we can use it in a positive way, or it can affect us in a negative way. At Cosafa level, let's start building players now. Let's avoid using players like we've done in the past two tournaments, where we've used just those fringe players. We saw from Cosafa, we saw Esther Mchinga come from, and she made her debut at the Olympics. So which means there is progression from Cosafa. We're seeing players who played at the Cosafa come on to play at the senior national team.
Well, what's your take on the sentiments that were echoed by assistant coach Florence post-Olympic reaction? And do you think that has an effect on the relationship in the dressing room?
Yeah, definitely it will have an impact in terms of how maybe players felt, because they felt like maybe the coach just shifted the blame on them, when overall it was a teamwork, and we lose and win together. Hopefully it's something which can be handled internally, and maybe avoid any other issues in terms of breaking up relationships and all other things. But otherwise, those comments obviously echoed in the players. They knew obviously how it meant to say who were put up on the blame, on the chopping board, to say we didn't prove tactically, but overall, like I mentioned at some point, we could have had an option of maybe making those substitution, or maybe telling players to put in an extra shift, play 2 numbers at some point if we want to protect a lead. It all comes from the technical bench. Maybe players are excited to go on and keep on scoring, but even the technical bench could have taken that. So overall, it's a teamwork. We win together and we lose together. When we win, we say it's Barbara Banda and the likes. When we lose, we say it's a coach. No, everyone has to take a blame, each and every department. So even Barbara Banda, they know to say we are 5 goals up. Let's just come back and obviously defend the 3 lead we have. It's just everyone who has to put up there, but also the technical bench has to inform them to say, let's at least close down this game in this manner, according to the players we have on the pitch.
Well, Nicholas, what's next for the Copper Queens?
Like I said in my preamble, I feel it's now back to the WAFCON where we have to put concentration on. I think at Cosafa level, we've won it. Last time we finished second, so this time around we can at least now hope for a continental title to our name. This golden generation deserves that, for them to be remembered overall. We've had cases of golden generation, but without a trophy, like I mentioned, it's very difficult to remember you, because in football they only remember winners, and winners is those who come out tops at the end of the day. So them having a trophy in the cabinet, especially a continental one, will still remain in the history to say this has happened. So to be among the 3 teams who have won the WAFCON, it will be very important to be the 4th team, especially going into the... We have the players. Hopefully everything has been sorted out now so that the full team can participate at the WAFCON, looking at the Kundananjis and Barbara Bandas, Priska Chilofia and Rachel Nachula, who haven't really participated, who were not allowed to participate at the last WAFCON. So hopefully this time around it's something which has been sorted, because we need the full team to go and participate at the WAFCON, and obviously they can give something, or maybe get us a trophy at the end of the day.
Well, thank you, Nicholas. But for now, let's get a word from our sponsors.
Are you an organization, a football team or athletics team looking for inexpensive and very comfortable accommodation within Ndola? Well, look no further. EB Lodges of Ndola is the answer. Comprising EB Stadium View Lodge of Twapia, conveniently located near the Levi Mwanawasa Stadium, and EB Guest House of Ndeke, loved by truckers and contractors. You are most welcome. You can book your accommodation in advance by calling 0977-253797 or 0967-253797. EB Lodges of Ndola for your mouth-watering meals and fully stocked bar. Perhaps the bar with the coldest beer in town. Get in touch now. EB Lodges of Ndola for your comfort and leisure.
Welcome back. Well, to our viewers, we addressed by FN Media. Well, if you want picture portraits, if you want your t-shirts to be printed, jersey designs, you can go to Longhorn, which is situated in Ndola's town center, and you will find FN Media for all these shirts. Our next item is a charity Sheild, the Samuel Zoom Ndlovu Curling Black Label sponsored tournament, and for the first of its kind, a women's game will be played, and it will be the first game that we played, and the game that we played is Green Buffaloes versus Choma Warriors, and well, Green Buffaloes won the last season's women's champions, and well, Choma Warriors won the National League. And well, Nicholas, taking into consideration that this is the first ever tournament for the women, do you think this is a sign that more things are coming in for women's football in Zambia?
Yeah, obviously good consideration there. You look at this game which will be played, Choma Warriors, all the way from Choma, champions of the National League after beating Southern champions in the playoff in Lusaka. So when you look at that, I think it's a very good landmark and good initiative from Premier League to actually engage women's football at such a higher stage, because we have a full packed jam day. Gets open at 10 hours, so meaning people get a chance to watch a women's game, a local women's game at the highest level of football. I think it's the first time being done everywhere. When you look at most of these charity Shield we see, even in Europe, we don't see women's game opening up, but for us in Zambia, it's something we can accord for, and for obviously for women's game it's very important. And coming to the game, obviously Choma Warriors will be coming into this game as underdog. Green Buffaloes have dominated play everywhere. Last season they finished out unbeaten in the league, peeping Zesco Ndola Girls to the title, all the way to the final, just on the final day. So when you look at that, obviously Green Buffaloes are coming to this game. They will take this as a preparation for the Cosafa, which is coming on. So it will be an interesting game, but overall for the fans, I would urge them to come as early as possible so that they can watch these players we watch weekly basis as they prepare the league. Maybe Choma Warriors might visit Ndola tomorrow, and they know the players who will be coming on board. There's a lot of players to look forward to in this game, and it will be an exciting, and congratulations for Choma Warriors for winning the National League and from gaining promotion. For Zambian Premier League, it's way ahead. Hopefully it's a good signs of things to come. Maybe they talked about the cup coming in on board. This maybe looks like a right step in the right direction. Hopefully of good signs to come.
Well, moving on, lastly, talking about Green Buffaloes. Green Buffaloes will be making their 4th consecutive appearance at the region of Cosafa that will be taking place in Malawi. And this will set as the qualifiers for the CAF Championship that will be held in Morocco later on. What do you think? How do you fancy Green Buffaloes in qualifying for the CAF Championship, keeping in mind that this time Mamelodi Sundowns are not participating?
Yeah, obviously Green Buffaloes will go into this tournament as favorites, especially that the team which has troubled them, which is Mamelodi Sundowns, the only team which has prevented them from winning this cup. On last 2 occasions, they have played 3 and they've won 1, and they haven't finished second in the other one, and the other one they ended up in the semi-finals. So when you look at that, I think this will be very, very important for them, and they know they tested the CAF Champions League, so this time around they'll be looking to obviously qualify again once more and beat and take this title to the home, and obviously add to the accolades they have, because I think this team has dominated Zambian Super League, Women's Super League for a long time. So this time around they are going there to participate and obviously qualify for the CAF Champions League. Hopefully they can also win the CAF Champions League. This time around they are the ones who will be on bye, because this is a good opportunity for them to actually qualify, especially at Sundowns, a team which is so much invested into and at par in terms of Southern region, Cosafa region. I think they have done well. They have been the champions on 3 occasions of the last 2 occasions of the last 3. So this is the 4th one they're having. So it looks pretty much exciting for Green Buffaloes. They have a Sheild here. Just there again, they have to travel to Malawi midweek. It will be starting on the 15th. So it will be interesting to see how they prepare and how they play that game, and how they go there and participate and hopefully represent Zambia very well. We are only hoping for them for the best, and I can only wish them all the best and the best of luck as they travel to Malawi as well to represent Zambia and Cosafa at large.
Well, indeed, Green Buffaloes are the best. Well, Nicholas, thanks for joining me.
Thank you very much, and obviously looking forward to another one.
Well, there you have it, our viewers. Thanks for watching, and this time around, don't forget to comment your name and your location so that I may give you a shout out in our next video. Well, thanks to our sponsors, So Good Trading, eBay Lodges, and FN Media. Well, my name is Tawanga Sarawa, and this is the Women's Z Bola Show brought to you by Bola. For now, it's a bye.